You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Former President Donald Trump indicted again. This time he's facing charges related to the investigation into classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. This is all coming as the former president is making his way to Georgia tomorrow. It also comes as we're awaiting the results of an investigation the former president is involved in here in Fulton County. Ariana Maniz is live for us this morning with details on where that case stands.
Aisha, the former president Donald Trump is involved in a Fulton County investigation into whether or not there was interference in the 2020 presidential election here in Georgia. District Attorney Vonnie Willis, she did not name Trump specifically, but she did release a letter months ago saying that indictments in this case could be coming later this summer. Meanwhile, the latest charges that the former president is facing coming out of Florida, those 7 charges have not been released to the public, but NBC News confirmed that Trump's indictment and those charges include making false statements and conspiracy to obstruct. Now, this adds another layer to the legal trouble that he's already facing. Back in April, the former president pleaded not guilty to a 34-count felony indictment in New York State court linked to alleged payments made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Now, the former president, he posted on his social media platform Truth that he's innocent, and he called this a dark day in our nation's history. Now, the former president says that he will be summoned to a federal courthouse in Miami Tuesday at 3 p.m. This all happening as the president is running for another term in the White House, as well as Trump headed to Georgia tomorrow for a GOP convention. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. And the Today Show will continue our coverage on this announcement at 7. We're going to hear from Trump's attorney in this case. Pushing forward to today, we are working to get updates as East Point police wrap up interviews in the shooting death of a 9-year-old boy, King Black. The police chief tells 11 Alive that they now believe the shooting may have just been an accident. Liza Lucas joining us with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, the chief of police emphasizes this is an absolute tragedy, but not a violent or random act, he says. The investigation showing that this was likely an accidental shooting.
The story that was told was their 9-year-old child was out playing and was randomly shot. That is not the case. We know that for a fact. So we just want to give the truth to the family, to give them some closure. They're about to lay their child on arrest, and no parent wants to do that.
King was out playing with a couple of friends in the neighborhood Saturday when he was shot and collapsed. He later died at the hospital. The rising 4th grader loved music. He loved sports. His mom, now heartbroken.
Just a pure heart, pure soul, and I'm forever changed. I feel like my life will never be the same.
Our heart goes out to his mom and his sister. The chief confirming that police are conducting a thorough investigation. Again, police interviews set to wrap up today. We'll continue to bring you updates on air and online.
Liza, thank you. And that was a look at your top headlines this morning. Headed out, Chesley, we got that air quality alert, but still overall a great day.
It is going to be a nice day despite the fact that we have this air quality alert here. It is a code orange. That means for those of you who are have respiratory issues or sensitive to ground level ozone, then you definitely need to limit your time outside today. If you suffer from asthma, that kind of thing, don't overexert yourself on a day like this. This is typical for us folks when the temperatures get to be on the warm side or even into the 90s and the air is stagnant, not much movement. We get these level orange alerts around the area. Okay, so not thinking about the smoke. Okay, this is different from the smoke. If you look at the just to put it in perspective, if you look at where our air quality alert is, or our index, it will be at 101. So that's just into the orange category. You compare that to what's been taking place up to the north with that smoke, all right, particulate matter, looking at over 200. They've been very, very unhealthy as far as air quality up here to the north, and that continues at least down into Tennessee, much of Pennsylvania as well today, into the Delmarva Peninsula. That's where you're going to find the very unhealthy category as far as that smoke goes, or particulate matter that you can see floating around the air, breathing that in. For us, when you talk about ground level ozone, that's a chemical in the atmosphere that really reacts to the sunlight. Once it starts, the sunlight starts mixing in. So we're fine for this morning. It won't be until this afternoon that that level will start to go up a little bit. You're looking at the clouds in place, mostly cloudy skies right now, but those clouds will break down and we'll get the sunshine in as we head through the afternoon. 78 by noon, on our way to 85 for an afternoon high. Lower humidity, it'll feel very nice outside. Down to 82 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight, just in case you got evening plans. And I know it's Friday. I know you do. It's going to be decent. Maybe even going to see the Braves take on the Nationals tonight. Should be a good game. You're looking at, again, a few clouds. Was some rain trying to come out of those clouds. I didn't see any reports of it reaching the ground. That's all gone now, and those clouds will break up as well. High pressure up to the north, the front well down to the south of us means a drier day for us today. I think we'll get one tomorrow before more of that wet weather returns. You can see it from the Storm Prediction Center map. Much of North Georgia, even into central Georgia on the dry side. We'll be turning our attention back off to the west by tomorrow, even though I think we'll be dry here. Get the sunshine back in for your Saturday. Over toward our west, the storms start to intensify. That will be headed toward us as we head into Sunday. Sunday will be our next best chance for the rain, a level 1 threat up to our far northwestern counties, so we'll have to pay close attention to that. Extended outlook shows 40% chance on Sunday. Monday, a 60% chance for the rains, especially early in the day, and then we'll clear it out for Tuesday, but the wet weather comes back Wednesday and Thursday. Crash?
All right, Chesley, appreciate that. We've had a couple of hit or misses, and you know what? Hey, nobody's perfect. Not even your traffic expert. This one is an inbound wreck. Thought it was outbound at first, but nope. We're going to change that up. So Deville, heads up. I-20 eastbound. This wreck is past Thornton Road. We've got that left lane blocked. I just watched one car drive away. Now a police car is out there blocking up 2 left lanes. Why you want to do that? Well, guess you want to keep everybody safe. So be prepared. This one's going to get a little bit worse, especially as we get into that 7 o'clock hour. You've got Highway 78, Veterans Memorial Highway. That is always your alternate. Love to give that to you. I know it's a little out of your way. It's a little north of I-20, but it all depends on if you've got things to do. There you go. Starting to get a little sticky. 19 minutes from Highway 92 to the perimeter. East Expressway still in pretty good shape, but hopefully we can get this final car out of there. But I-20 eastbound past Thornton Road, 2 left lanes are now blocked. Aisha.
Crash, thank you. Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news. Right now, a Rockdale County family is doing everything they can think of to find a missing girl.
I just wanted to come home. We all wanted to come home. Her father's not doing well emotionally. He's devastated.
15-year-old Kellis Smith has been missing for nearly 2 weeks now. She was last seen at her home in Conyers, and officials believe she may still be in Conyers with a boy. Now the National Center for Missing and Endangered Children is using technology in hopes of finding Kellis by sending out ring doorbell video throughout the app. Anyone who thinks they may have seen her is urged to call police. The search continues for the shooter who opened fire at a carnival in Alpharetta. It happened Wednesday night in the parking lot of North Point Mall. Police say a young man shot 2 girls and left the scene. We now know those girls are 18 and 15 years old. They are both still in the hospital. Governor Kemp has announced nearly $83.5 million will go toward public safety projects all across Georgia. He says its goal is to reduce crime by addressing law enforcement staffing challenges and deploying new equipment and technology. Among those on the list to receive grants are several law enforcement agencies around the metro, including Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton counties. Atlanta's own comedian and actor D.C. Young Fly posting a special tribute online following the death of his girlfriend. He posted this Instagram memory of Jacqueline Smith, also known as Jackie O. In it, he says she was the greatest mother and had a beautiful soul. The mother of 3 and entrepreneur was in Miami when she died. As of this morning, it is not exactly clear what happened. We learned hours ago the 32-year-old will be remembered this weekend with a viewing and memorial service at Jackson Memorial Baptist Church on Fairburn Road. The search is on in the metro for a shooter who targeted a mother and daughter as they were driving on the Stone Mountain Freeway. Listen.
And he just shoots up the driver's side of the door and just takes off.
You just heard from the mom who says she was riding with her 6-year-old daughter. She tells 11 Alive she was in the fast lane and believes she may have been going too slow for the suspect. She then went on to say she tried to get out of his way, but then he shot her car up.
Yeah, I'm just touching her. I didn't even realize I was shot because I was just kept touching her body, trying to make sure she had no shots.
And now mom is recovering at home. She says all she remembers about the driver is that he was in a green sedan. Gwinnett County Police asking for your help from anyone who might know the gunman who opened fire. This happened last Thursday night or may have been in the area at the time and saw what happened.
Well, we are looking at a beautiful afternoon. In fact, once we get to noon, you'll start to notice those clouds getting out of the way and we'll have the sunshine around. 78 degrees will be our temperature by noon. By 4 o'clock, we'll reach our daytime high of about 85 degrees. It's going to be a nice one out there, folks. Want to take advantage of this if you can. There will be some changes coming our way as we head to the weekend. 83 degrees by 6 o'clock. Warming up over the weekend, plus some rain returning by Sunday. Crash?
All right, Chesley, appreciate that. Going to leave you with the one wreck that hopefully we can get out of the way here on I-20 eastbound past Thornton Road. You can still see that left lane is blocked there. So some inbound delays coming in from Douglasville. You got Highway 78, Veterans Memorial Highway. I'll get you an update at 7:26.
Taking a live look at Truist Park this morning. The Braves off of a 3-winning streak against the Mets. The team will have a special guest in the crowd for tonight's game. We told you about Noe. She was diagnosed with a type of leukemia last year. Huge Braves fan, so they sent her earlier this year. Nice surprise, signed baseball with Andrew Jones's signature and also a new hat. She's been waiting all season for the doctors to say, Noe, you can go to the game. Her mom tells us tonight is the night. Hopefully it is as electric as last night.
I think it will be. Should be a pretty good night, though, for the game.
Weather-wise, it'll be perfect, so enjoy.
All right, and you guys enjoy your weekend as well. Thanks for being with us. Today's show is coming up next.